Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yes, sir.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Oh no, the fight's out. I'm about to punch your lights out. Get the fuck back, guard your grill. It's something wrong, we can't stay still. I've been drinking and busting too, and I've been thinking of busting you upside the motherfucking forehead. And if your friends jump in, they'll be both dead. Causing confusion, disturbing the peace. It's not an illusion, we running the streets. So bye-bye.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Ox Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pig Sue! Wee! Go Hogs!
Yes, sir. Oh, another great week, another great intro. Look, episode 82. 82. We here, man. Look. So, as today, you know how we do. Thank you guys for joining us on Hog HQ Live, brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast. Always, and as always, you know the motto, tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this, like this, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. We are available on all platforms. Please make sure you tap in with us. But before we get into it tonight, let me make sure I introduce the guys. This dude right here, this is Adam. This dude right here, this is Hart, and I am DP. Shout out to Nicholas. Yeah, and all I want Adam to discuss is the Steelers game. I'm just saying, though. Ron.
It's one of those things that I respect you and your fandom.
Gotcha.
Which is why I've hooked you up before with Steelers.
For sure.
No, it was a good game. I didn't expect Pittsburgh to come. I just felt like the Jets had that game, but then the Jets are going to be the Jets. Aaron wasn't going to lose to them.
It was an interesting week one overall between Philly and the Cowboys. and Butterfingers, yeah. Because this time you can't put it on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott did his thing, but his number one receiver just had the Butterfingers and not make the clutch plays.
And it's one of those things too that, you know, Aaron has. I didn't know what to expect from DK Metcalf coming to Pittsburgh, but if he was smaller, he would fit more of that Pittsburgh wide receiver role.
Correct.
But his personality, his desire to win and perform or whatever, I mean, he fits the mold for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers did his thing, man. 4 touchdowns today. Hey, now
he did some shrooms beforehand, probably, or something.
Hey, whatever it takes. By any means necessary. I can't lie. Justin Fields look good. Daddy DP, Petty, Adam, and Hart. Tell a friend. Transplant Texas. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for tapping in. Miss Teresa. Isaac Tesla is that guy. No doubt about it. What you got on there now? 17-7 Baltimore? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything NFL to discuss other than the first touchdown reception by Tesla?
We'll get into Pro Hogs
We
and
will get into Pro
former
Hogs,
Hogs that weren't Pro Hogs and
all that good stuff, and things of that nature. Look, just a little talking. Anyway, y'all know how we do it. Y'all stay locked in. We're about to get straight into it. But before we do, we got to pay some bills. Stay tuned. Lock in.
Fall Saturdays, college football, fall Sundays, NFL. And with FanDuel, you can bet both like a pro. Whether you're stacking a same-game parlay on Arkansas or sweating a last-minute field goal in the NFL, FanDuel puts the power in your hands with live odds, quick bets, and easy cash outs. New customers even score bonus bets just for signing up. So if you bleed Cardinal Red and ride with your favorite NFL squad, make every down count. FanDuel. Make every moment more.
Look, yeah. See, I read the comment, Nicholas. I was going to get the hat, but you know, we got time. Just stay tuned, Nicholas. Anyhow, we're gonna get into it. So before we get going and you talk about the Razorback and Arkansas State game, we definitely got to tap into Pro Hogs. It's a great first week of football, man. NFL and college is doing well too. Some of the matchups that's happening early and often. I'm excited about is getting us a chance to really see what the landscape is going to look like for the year. And I'll tap into Taylor Green and his potential ceiling later on as we get into the Arkansas State game. But first, we're going to go ahead and tap into some Pro Hogs. With the second win comes measured praise. But some praise is there to give. Yeah. I got some of that too, and I got some criticism. But all that is needed in order to continue to be a great season for what could be. If we can continue to get on this trend of what we've been seeing in 2 games with some of the things that we see issues with to be able to improve on, it's no telling how this team can go. But let's go ahead and get into Pro Hogs. I know we got some videos. I'll tap into some guys who were Pro Hogs, who are Pro Hogs, who were former Razorbacks, as well as some other players that we need to discuss. Adam, you got the tape?
I think he's barely out.
Look at this.
Let's see. 1 in for sure. 2. His feet were in, but
third round
his
pick.
tutties just hit outside.
How about this? Are they high on this kid? Look at this.
I mean, his catch radius, that shows off his skill level.
And it stood, just so everybody knows.
And the thing that's interesting is it's gratifying to see the NFL world be able to watch his progression, to watch his growth, to watch what he can do as a player that probably wasn't on anybody's board initially, but because he was a former Razorback, we understand what he could do. They ran and raved about him when he first got here from D2 school, and a lot of people said, "Oh my God, D2 players! I can't believe we get to that point." And then we talking about Andrew Armstrong, and we talking about Tesla. So Andrew Armstrong led the SEC in receiving last year, even though he had 1 touchdown. And then Tesla was they ran the race by his one-hand catches, and he's still doing that at the next level, man. Like I said, kudos to him and his progression to continue to work and get better at his craft. You got something else?
No, I didn't get Rocket's clip.
Gotcha.
No, it was one of those. I saw it and I was like, should I post this? And I was just like, you know what? You're not a Pro Hog, so it's one of those. More power to him. Unfortunately, you're a Cincinnati Bengal, so good luck.
Right. Oh wow, Tesla only had Rose. Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it's one of those that we all wanted. Tesla was always there when he needed to be, and then it was just his number was never called.
Correct.
And you know, we all were in the midst of, you know, when we see, and you and I especially are still kind of on this boat when we see these like D2, these JUCO, all these guys getting called up, and it works out sometimes. A lot of times it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you know, Tesla was one that it was just like any game. I mean, Texas A&M game. Then we saw him at the Liberty Bowl. I mean, there's multiple glimpses. Like he's that guy. Just throw him the ball.
Yeah.
But they would never throw him the ball.
Yeah.
And those people are like, oh, he's not going to be able to compete against the SEC. Motherfuckers, he just was doing this in Lambeau.
When they fail. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's the what if factor. I mean, and I'm gonna go right back to talk about some former Razorbacks and receiver wise, the receiving group from last year. I don't know if you actually understood who we had. So once again, we had Andrew Armstrong, led the SEC in receiving, came from D2. Tesla, one-hand catches, progressed in the NFL, making plays through the preseason as well as in the regular season week 1. Andrew Broden, 6'6", 6'7". Tyrone Broden, whatever. Yeah, Tyrone Broden. He ran what, a 4.3?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the little things that could have been. We also had who also had a good game this week, Isaac Satania.
I mean, he had a muff punt.
Yeah, world-class speed. We had him on the team. And we also had the guy who won the, 160 meters in SEC?
Jordan Anthony.
I'm just saying, like, the attributes. So at some point, we had those particular players on the team, but whether it was Taylor Green's ability to dissect the playbook or the offensive line, I don't know what it was, but it seems like if you look back at it, we did have talent on that particular squad. It just didn't add up. But we had a great opportunity to do great things when it comes to that.
You know, so I was talked about this a little bit on Hog Talk, and I've wondered because, you know, take out Andrew Armstrong, and in terms of production and in terms of, you know, this season, last season to this season, we had these guys, Jordan Anthony, Satania, and we had the speed. Tyrone Broden, you know, but I still have to sit here and look and feel like that this wide receiver room right now is more talented. Are they more talented, or is Bobby Petrino learning from the mistakes of last year to ring up different plays? Because quite frankly, in which we'll get into the Arkansas State game, second game in, I don't see a whole lot of progression from Taylon Green in terms of his pass selection. Now, he is spreading the ball out more. He's still throwing high. He's still throwing behind. He's not leading his receivers. We'll get into all that.
Right.
But he is spreading the ball around more. But I'm just kind of looking at he seems more comfortable with these receivers than he did last year. Andrew Armstrong's the only one he seemed comfortable with last year.
Yeah.
But now he's getting everybody involved, whether it's Omega Blake, whether it's TJ Brown, Cam Shanks he attempted to, Raylan Sharp, tight end. You know, it's I don't know. Jury's still out because it's a young season.
Correct. So it's interesting that you say that. I looked at last week and look at this week and try to assess, but not add more sugar to the Kool-Aid. The Hog receiving core had a muff punter, a pair of brick hands, undersized Tesla, and Armstrong.
Underused, yeah.
Yeah.
Hunt muffer, say that 3 times fast.
Don't do it, because somebody will hit the bell on you. There you go. Yeah. And you'll be a bull for real. All right. But looking at this particular, I really want to say the offensive line is more improved this year than it was last year. That's definitely key. And I feel like a lot of talk in summer sessions was about the camaraderie of the team, the togetherness of the team. A lot of the receivers, they brought in so many receivers, and it was all about proving something because of where they came from. Have an opportunity to be in the SEC, go to Arkansas, have a quarterback who's returning a second year, and a prolific offensive coordinator system. it was an opportunity for everybody to shine. So I think it's really an opportunity to put everything together as what we thought could happen in year 2 of our Petrino system with Taylor Green. So, like you said, it's a young season. It's a lot to come, but so far, so good. What we want to jump into?
We've got SEC scores.
Let's get these scores. Let's get into it. There's definitely was some interesting games this week. La Tech and LSU, nothing burger. LSU take care of business 23-7. Austin P and Georgia, yeah. And this is the thing about that game. We watched it on YouTube. Georgia didn't look dominant in that game, and that is intriguing to see when it comes around for SEC play. Got to keep my eyes on Georgia and see what they're gonna do. Texas versus San Jose State, 38-7. I don't care what nobody says. Something is wrong with
Arch Manning.
Arch.
Yeah, he was wincing a few times, like on his throws.
Right. So it may be something there, and maybe they're trying to hide it and hope that they can disguise it by running the ball more, not really slanging it deep down the field. Either way it go, hey, Vaughn, thank you for chapping in for us tonight. Either way it go, it's something to be said about that, and it'll be interesting to see if he takes a couple more hits in the next upcoming games, what could come of that. Arch Manning still looking like an adopted nephew. Absolutely.
Maybe he spent too much time in St. Louis.
There you go. Trying to be funny. All right, so South Carolina State, which was a delayed game in regards to the motion of the game, but South Carolina ended up taking care of business 38-10. Arizona State, Mississippi State, 24-20. What does it say about Mississippi State? You got to keep in mind, Arizona State, or
is it because they ain't got Scatterboo?
He fine. Scatterboo fine. He got a couple. He was
trying to mold. He was rolling some. He was accepting the punishment today against whoever they played. He was standing some folks up.
Yep, he was. Okay. Yeah. But Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. Mississippi State is one of those schools where, to the average SEC fan, not the Arkansas fan, but the SEC fan who really just kind of looks from a distance, Mississippi State and Arkansas is on the same page. And we like to say Vanderbilt is under everybody else. But we'll get to that in a minute. Mississippi State, 2 weeks in a row, you beat number 12 Arizona State. Joseph, I'm sure your boy texts you. I'm sure. Thank you, Nicholas, my man. Look, somebody got your back, somebody got my back. It's on. All right. But I got to keep my eye on Mississippi State. I do like that quarterback. He is one of those old school quarterbacks and one of those systems who can really move the ball around the field. So it's interesting to see what it look like. UCF and Florida, which may be the upset of the week. How? I know nobody watched this game, but how did UCF beat Florida? How did Florida lose to USF? Anybody?
Because Billy Napier's their coach.
Chances are. That's a great answer. Either way it goes. Billy Napier is definitely on the seat at this point if he wasn't before. Well, he was.
Well, let me ask you this about that game, with him being on the hot seat before the season. If Florida was unranked and lost that game, would he have been fired? Or is it because they were ranked and lost that somewhat saved him?
I would say, I think at some point, because they're going to drop in the polls at this particular point, I feel like because they're ranked is not as bad as a blemish. But in state, you definitely want to win. And like I said, you may not put USF up there with Florida State and Miami. At the same time, it does matter. For them to lose to an unranked team, yeah, I don't know if he's going to make it through the season. They lose some more games to some teams they feel like they're supposed to be. We will cakewalk Ole Miss, book it. Gotcha. Johnny Jones, Billy could have been here instead of Pittman. He was interviewed. Yeah.
No. I'm good
Prime,
on that.
Prime could have been here too, but I digress. All right. Michigan and OU. OU week 2. Mateer, the quarterback at OU. Lighten it up. It looked like old school OU to me right now.
Well, it looks like a Brent Venables defense.
See, there you go. See, that was the thing. Their defense is finally coming together. I feel like it was a thing where OU is known to have good quarterbacks, serviceable quarterbacks, and great receivers for their system, but the defense has been trash for the last couple of years. I feel like He's finally getting his feet up under him and getting the type of defense that he wants and every type of players. Keep in mind, Michigan can be who Michigan is. At the same time, you got a true freshman quarterback at the helm, and they're running back 5. Justice Haynes 5. He came from Beaufort, Georgia, Beaufort High School, 5-star recruit, went to Alabama, transferred, and went to Michigan. So you got a true freshman quarterback at the helm. It's going to take time for him to figure it out. He's going to take his bumps and his lumps, but I think Michigan will be all right. They'll still lose to Ohio State again. So it really doesn't matter. No, well, they've been beating them. That's the one team they've been beating them. But either way it go, OU look pretty good. I got to give it to them. Utah State and A&M, 44-22. Marcel Reed is a dog. He was a dog last year. He got better in the pocket. He still can use his legs as a weapon. Texas A&M is one of those schools who spread it around. You never know who's going to pick up that particular week. So they still look as they do. And when they get up on you, they will run the ball on you and roll their quarterback out. This game right here, though. Go ahead.
Do you feel that their coach is known for defense and them giving up 22 points? Is that a little, eyebrow raising to you?
If it's not, if you look at the game.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where once you get to the second half and you start getting up and you start putting some other players in there, I think that's an opportunity for Texas A&M, just as Arkansas did, to be able to put in some of the backup players and get them opportunity. Now, they did score some points. We could say the same thing about last week versus Alabama A&M, the first drive, giving up, or the kick return this particular weekend, or the drive in which Arkansas State scored 2 touchdowns. So it's a possibility that can be concerning, but I feel like Texas A&M has a nucleus that was a nice nucleus that was returning. I think they'll continue to get it together. Just hopefully they'll fall off by the time they play Arkansas. Ole Miss and Kentucky. Is Kentucky better? Now, that coach been there for a while, and he's been able to pull off some good victories against some quality teams. He's been able to make some noise.
They're a basketball school.
They still are a basketball school, no doubt about it, just like Arkansas is a track school. But I digress. What I'm saying is Kentucky better than we think they are? Or is Ole Miss not as good as we think they should be?
So, let's see. Austin Simmons threw what? Few interceptions in the first quarter, something like that.
Yeah, and he got a little dinged up.
Got dinged up. They left him off afterward. It's one of those things. You got your new quarterback. He's young. I mean, even though he's like going for his master's or whatever already at 19. I think this is basically the growing pains for Ole Miss between Jackson Dart and a new quarterback. It's one of those that Lane Kiffin's going to have him progress. He's going to get better.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't think Jackson Dart was that great when he first came on the scene.
This is true.
So I'm not necessarily thinking that, and some of Ole Miss's too, I think there's a little bit left over, a little hangover, if you will, from getting left out of the playoff. And by left out, I mean they thought they were left out.
Right.
We all knew that, or kind of saw that the winning 10 games or winning your conference is the blueprint to get into the playoff. You got left out with 9 games. So I think there's a little bit of hangover there. And then Austin Simmons is young. He's going to learn and grow. He's not Lenore Sellers, who's just going to come in and light everybody up from the get-go.
Correct.
So I don't think Ole Miss has a whole lot to worry about, and we'll get into the Ole Miss-Arkansas matchup, but Kentucky is trash in football. I think Mark Stoops had his little 2 to 3 year window. He got a bigger contract out of it, and they're paying for it now.
Gotcha. Rolling on, we got ULM versus Alabama. I still don't think Ty Simpson is good at quarterback. I don't think he's going to make it through the season as a starter. I'm not impressed by Alabama. It has nothing to do with the new coach, Kalen DeBoer. I just feel like that personnel, their intensity that we used to seeing when it comes to Alabama in regards to defense or being very physical between the tackles with the running game, I just don't see it. So it'd be interesting to see what they look like come play some better teams. But they did what they're supposed to do in a bounce back week. So it is what it is. Tennessee, though, Aguilar.
Joey Aguilar, who is
Hispanic.
Go ahead.
If y'all know, you know. All right, but anyway, Tennessee.
Even though you
looks
try to
good.
convince me when kickers are the
Grammatical.
quarterbacks.
What? Look, I just look. Grammatical. Yeah, we know that's the son of. But either way, Tennessee, Aguilar, Tennessee, Josh Heupel. Got to give them credit, man. They look good. That's one team on the schedule that I'm still looking at. I knew we did our preseason predictions and picked them to take an L versus Tennessee, but they look good week in and week out. They look dominant on offense. That's what's interesting about it, and their defense is kind of getting together and making some plays. So it's going to be intriguing to watch them against other opponents, play against somebody who may be as good as them to see how they prevail in the full 4 quarters. So that'll be interesting. Missouri keeps doing what Missouri keeps doing, which is scoring points. They get a quarterback who can toss it around the yard. They got a nice running game once again. The offensive line, they keep an offensive line in Missouri, and they keep some pass rushers and send them to the league. Kansas has a nice quarterback, very versatile, but he's one of those guys that got dinged up last year. He can make plays with his leg, but he's not a pure quarterback from the pocket that can make plays. So Missouri took care of business, 42-31. BSU, that one Boise State.
All State.
Oh shit! Yeah. Auburn is still sorry. I don't care what the score is. Falcons are sorry, and you.
I'm sorry when you have to tell your defense during the off season to not go full speed and to play light, so that your quarterback Jackson Arnold can get his confidence up.
Yeah,
you're trash.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold wasn't that good at Oklahoma, but it is what it is. Another coach that's on the hot seat, if you ask me. Vanderbilt and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, 2 weeks in a row. You've been in the fight, but you just don't have enough firepower. And let's be clear, if you watch that game or watch the highlights from this game, which I know most of y'all didn't, Vanderbilt came from behind and put it on their ass. It was like 30 points. They was down 30 points and came back and whooped Virginia Tech.
Oh.
Diego, you know, Dora like to call Diego. I got a kid now, so I watch Dora the Explorer. Anyway, Diego, you know who Diego is? You know what he is, Matt?
You're the quarterback.
He's Hispanic.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. But Diego is really bringing the toughness to Vanderbilt. Shout out to the head coach who has really brought some promise, especially after that win against Alabama last year. Vanderbilt, you can't just put them on the schedule for homecoming anymore. Like I said, these guys got some little firepower. They went to hit the portal and get some quality players. They believe in what they can do. So I'm excited to watch how they progress as the season goes. Arkansas State, 56-14. We said they need to win by 3 touchdowns, 3 scores. That's what we predicted last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was accomplished. That's it. We'll just leave it at that because we're going to get straight into it. But before we get into it, don't do it. I got to get into all these great comments on the side. So y'all stay tuned as I tap into your comments. But let's just get into it. No,
what comment you want me to start with? Because we got a lot of Arkansas comments.
Right. Hold on.
Let's just start.
Courtney Mills says she wasn't sure Pippen would be fired for 6-6 season. Yeah. Go ahead with what you got. All right. KJ seems to have a much tighter spiral and quicker on his feet.
He throws his laser, whereas Taylor kind of floats it.
He got a little air up under there. And for a quality defensive back, that's how you get your shit intercepted. Is it me, or was I the only one who seen Pippen chewing Fountain out after the punt return?
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times past 2 seasons. Scott Fountain is a great kickers coach. Scott Fountain is not a great special teams coach because we have had trash special teams under Scott Fountain outside of our kickers. We can't punt return. We are bad on kickoff returns and on defense. And then, we have no return game whatsoever. None. So we praise Scott Fountain for being this great special teams coach, all because of the field goal kickers.
Yeah. Blankenship.
Cam
Little. It was another guy.
Jake Bates.
Jake Bates for Detroit. Yeah.
And now Devin Bales, we've seen he's a good punter.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've seen Starzik, who he didn't kick any field goals this game, but the 53-yarder last game. So he's the kicker whisperer, if you will. Outside of that, not so much.
Hey, stuff like that pisses fans off because when they be like, "Did you see what Arkansas did today?" What did they do? They just had the #1 kicker in the nation commit. They looking like, It's a kicker. Like, who cares? Like, I get it. Taylor Green targeted multiple receivers. Bob Bobbitt's design or better progressions, which will be crucial to keep SEC defenses honest and not key solely on Omega Blake. He targeted multiple players. Gotcha. We'll get to it. Pittman was so mad after the punt return. His face was fueling red. I was impressed with Brown and Lee. Mr. Reese, VIP. And a shout out to Mr. Reese for allowing Hart to be next to her, because I know.
Hey, is there some message you have for us?
You got a message for us. Mr. Reese said she sent a message to us via you.
She's wanting all of us to get together and do a show. All of us meet and hang out sometime.
Will Mr. Reese come and be a part of the show?
Guess that's what she wants to do.
Hey man, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. What else you got on the board, guy?
Let's see. You've already done the Pittsburgh stuff.
No, let me get this. Phillip Lee and Cam Ball combined for 6 sacks Saturday.
Cam Ball's only recorded stat was 1 sack. One tackle. It was Cam Ball's only recorded.
Because Quincy had 2. Yep. Phillip Lee had 1.5. Sorey had half of 1. I don't remember.
I thought Sorey had 2. No. That was just a big hit he had.
He had 15 tackles, 1 interception. Whatever. I'm trying to find that.
We'll pull up at some point. It was nice to see TG use his legs to get downfield instead of backwards for a loss. Absolutely. But I prefer to see our running back one get more yardage than our QB. This is the one thing that I was impressed with when I watched Taylor Green escape the pocket. He actually slid. We hadn't seen that since before KJ Jefferson. A quarterback actually tried to slide and save his body. Like, we talked about it last week when I broke down the play about him risking his body to get the first down, right? I seen this particular week, he hurdled a guy and then hit a guy with the shoulder. It's like, you got to be careful, bro. You got to be careful. I know that you're a great leader, and it just really pumps up the team to go ahead and go the extra mile to make the plays, but you got to be careful.
So Sorey had 15 tackles, 6 solo, half a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and the interception. Quincy Rhodes, 6 tackles, 4 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. But Cam Ball, 1 tackle.
Real quick, it's very small. You can see it better on your end. Charlie Collins.
Charlie Collins, 1 tackle.
I was told he is way underweight right now.
He looks it.
Yeah. Like, from what they've listed on there, I was quoted way less. I'm not going to say what I was quoted, but I was quoted way less than what is listed.
Well, they got
who had as many tackles as Cam Ball did? Maddox Lassiter.
My cousin.
Your cousin.
That plays offense.
Yeah. Do it all.
Phillip Lee, 5 tackles, 2 solo, 1.5 sacks. Steven Dix, Sam Pittman's favorite, 10 total tackles, 5 solo.
What was the clip that Coach Pittman used about Steven Dix?
I'm not going to repeat that because then you're going to clip it up.
Now, why would I do that? You to clip it up, guy.
Oh, look at that! Look at that ad on ESPN.
So you got the shirts on there?
No, it's just because my search history probably.
Gotcha.
But Taylon,
be careful with that. Be careful with that. Yeah.
17 to 26, 239, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, we don't need all of your search history to pop up on the screen.
Are you still on this? All right, we're moving on.
He's the best guy ever. I have the word. Anyway, look, we all into Arkansas State. I know we got some clips we're going to go ahead and tap into.
Where do we want to start?
Hart was able to get out there and actually get some footage. I think he stood at a distance and didn't talk to people, but he got video. And we're going to break it down, and he's going to talk about the things that he encountered.
Oh, did y'all want that too? Because I just got a picture.
You don't have to run a video of it. People can find videos if they want of what the tailgate was like.
What is this picture?
No.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
No.
Are you talking about the?
I'm talking about whatever videos he got. I'm not talking about the ones where we seen all the fights. We did. Hey man, the fights, the scuffles, some of the areas of the tailgating is. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Even though I know we can't host recruits in War Memorial and the track, the stadium is.
Let me turn this down.
This type of stuff right here. And if I don't know if we got some lip readers in the building.
Oh, I mean, we got if there's any kids, earmuff them. Let's start at the beginning.
Hey man. Now the thing about it, that's a girl. That's a female.
Yes. It's like him versus a bunch of women.
Hey man, I mean, hey, she was in fight or flight mode. I ain't mad at you, sis. I'm not mad at you. But you see what happened, don't you? Whoa.
The usual suspects.
Hey man, had these thugs out here fighting. Had the cavalry had to come to the rescue. You see, the lady looking like, please, can I not be in the middle of this foolishness? How many Cayman Jackson dude had to have to get that lit? Like it's crazy, Jack. It's crazy.
This one.
That's another one.
Yeah,
this is
so
a different.
Watch this guy running up in the green to the left. Right here. Boom.
Damn. Hey man. I love my city, man. Little Rock tailgating is one of a kind, man. It is. You got different cultures mixing together in an environment that's open for everyone. I think it makes for a greater experience when it comes to tailgating, especially not being on campus. A lot of things can go. I've seen a lot of things in the air. A lot of things was floating in the air.
It was in the stadium too.
Damn.
I'll get to that. I'm glad you reminded me of that part.
But like I said, I seen some pictures of some of my guys that I knew who went to the tailgate and seen some old classmates and whatnot. But it seems like the War Memorial experience of tailgating. This brings out the casual fan that doesn't go to the university. That's what makes it so good.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely was an experience. Mr. Reese, you gotta let us know. You had the little setup of the VIP status. And
there
what
we
is
go.
okay.
Yeah, that.
I don't know why it's not there. It is.
Okay.
So
All right,
these are the stands.
That's the stands right in front of me. That's row 38, section 18. They were broken before, or right as the person sat down on them. It kept flipping. It kept sliding back on us every time he would get up. And so that's just a little bit of, why people will complain about the stadium. You have things like that going on. You had some of the, the steps are wooden. Well, some of the wooden steps were kind of broken and concaved in. So as we all know, the stadium needs work. But at the same time, if you don't have a guaranteed contract, why are you going to invest a bunch of money?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was a good time though. It was somewhat nostalgic to me. It reminded me, the tailgating reminded me of the 90s and 2000s. Now it wasn't to the level of a LSU game or something like that, but the golf course was pretty much full. It was gridlocked. I was trying to meet Razorback Zach from Inside the Hog Pen. I was going to do a pregame show with him. I couldn't even find him. He gave me a lot number. I walked for 2 hours and could not find him.
Well, apparently because of technical difficulties.
There were. Yes, you could barely send text messages out. I mean, it was gridlocked, literally.
Gotcha.
It was a good time getting into concourse. It was good for me. I did see somebody saying, they couldn't move around in the concourse. But everybody, Hog fans are late arrivers anyways. I mean, they're showing up, into the first quarter half the time. So, especially, they just love their tailgating. I said that about that. There was a Arkansas State fan that sat right behind me in a row. First, they tried to take my damn seats.
Damn.
There was 3 of them. They were sitting right behind us, and I go down and come back up and went to use the bathroom. Bathroom smelled like cinnamon. They weren't, so all good there. We had water.
Okay, did you have water this time?
Yeah, we had water. We had plenty of that. We had Gatorades. Everything was fine with that. But the Arkansas State fans behind me, they when I came back up, they were sitting in my seat. And I was confused because I knew they were sitting behind me, and they said somebody took our seat, and I was like, I don't give a damn. These are my seats,
Right.
you know. So they got up and went right back behind me again. I don't know why they moved one seat, but one of them sounded like Conor McGregor, and he was bitching the entire game. It was hilarious. He was complaining about the flags. Towards the end of the game, saying, you know, we're not going to win a game. Good luck in the SEC. You're not going to win a game. All this stuff, but with Conor McGregor accent, so it's pretty hilarious.
Gotcha.
Listening to that real quick, this is what I heard when Matt was explaining some of that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. This ain't right.
Hold up. Wait a minute. All right, real quick. Defense was improved, but there's still room for improvement. There were stats. These were stats versus A-State. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna get into these comments. I still see some good comments I haven't gotten to yet, but let's go ahead and jump straight into the game as we get into it. I definitely want to look at the good, the bad, right, and things to improve on. Hart, as you were already talking in regards to what you saw in person, what did you like about this particular game in week 2 versus Arkansas State? And what do you think are some things that need to improve as we get ready to go on the SEC play versus Ole Miss next week?
What first stood out were the big plays. We finally got some explosive plays. That one stood out most of all. But the second one I would say was the front seven. They got pressure. Okay. They did what they should have did last week. And they made it hectic. Now our defense did give up yards. We bend but didn't break. Basically, we had a goal line stand that was right in front of me, and so it was game was already in hand. But for them to fight when they'd already been on the scoreboard, that showed a little bit of grit that I liked. Because a lot of the teams, you may kind of just go ahead and give the scoreboard up and not get injured. But as far as that, good offensive output, except from Taylon Green. I didn't like the 2 interceptions. I think one of them, the receiver didn't come back to the ball. I could be wrong. But otherwise, I didn't like the other interception. It was ugly. Mike Washington, his run, I loved his long touchdown run. I loved the way he set up the block for Corey Robinson to flatten that guy. That's great ball carrier vision. The other thing that stood out to me was on Taylon Green's long run, Omega Blake running in front to get a shove on that one defender that was close to him. That's some hustle that, we haven't been seeing a little bit lately.
Great observation. What's the score of the game, sir?
Like 20-13 at halftime, Baltimore.
Okay. So now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, what was your take on what you saw offensive, defensively, as well as special teams? Because you spoke on it earlier.
It's one of those things that first 2 games, things look a little shaky, not offensively, because we saw the offense came out, but defensive, special teams, the punt return or the kick return, whatever. Defensively, they got better as the game went on. It's one of those that they'll hopefully, keep progressing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the people that we kind of called out last week, well, mainly like Sorey stepped up this game. It was still Arkansas State. So they did what they needed to do. I still think Taylon is throwing behind receivers. I still think he's throwing a little bit too much air under it. We don't need Taylon to come out here and throw for 4,000 yards in a season. I think that this team would be better suited if Taylon, throw over 3,000 and rush for another 1,000. But designed runs, not running for your life or whatever. He's not going to get to the NFL if that's his path, if that's his future with his arm. So they've got to utilize his legs. You've got Petrino. Am I comparing Taylon's ability to Lamar Jackson in college? No. Doesn't have the instincts, doesn't have the quickness. Now, the overall speed, yes, I think because of Taylon's stride, he could run with him. But at the same time, he doesn't have like Lamar's instinct. But that is still like the blueprint for you to make this team successful is designed runs and not making dumb throws. 2 interceptions against Arkansas State is ridiculous.
Yeah.
For all those that still talk about, him being a Heisman contender or the dark horse Heisman contenders don't throw through 2 picks against Arkansas State.
Gotcha.
So, and those are really the only like true knocks I had on him this game. I think that he has gotten better at being able to spread the ball out and not honing in or zoning in on one receiver.
Gotcha.
So I think they've done a good job with that early. Questions are still out on the defense. I do feel like there's a little bit more fire under him yesterday. I don't think that has anything to do with the game being in Little Rock or the game being against Arkansas State. I don't think these players really care when it comes to that. This is all for the fans. This wasn't for any one player. The game, we got it out of the way. Arkansas State fans, they started chirp the most during Chad Moore's days. You haven't heard him as much over the last few years. Well, you finally got your game. You got smashed like we all pretty much predicted. Let's never see this game again. Or if you want to do it like once every 5-10 years, that's fine. With the SEC moving to 9 conference games next year, and then one of your other non-conference games, it's going to be against a Power 4. We don't need games like this.
Gotcha.
You don't need it. So build from it, move on. I don't think Ole Miss is going to be as easy of a game as some might think it is. I don't think it's going to be the cakewalk. Lane Kiffin always has it out for us. It's one of those things I expect him to pull out the stops. I mean, like we've seen before, our defense has made suspect quarterbacks look like Heisman contenders. So it's a matter of, is Kudus and Luke Has going to give Ole Miss intel on Taylon Green? I mean, obviously Luke Has is out, so I don't want anybody taking that and thinking that he's going to be playing. No, he's out. But giving them intel on how Taylon operates, how Bobby operates with Taylon, like there's going to be some things that these players they're going to know about Taylon and tendencies and whatever else. So I don't think it's going to be that easy of a game.
Gotcha. So I'll tap into that in my take. My first question is just a yes or no situation. So now that we played the Arkansas State game, was it a big to do as we thought it would be, or was it just like it came and it went and it's like I'm glad it's over? Because a lot of people looking like, well, what if we lose to Arkansas State? We might start losing in-state recruits. So was it that big of a deal, or are we just glad that it's over in that regard?
I'm glad that it's over.
I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad it's over. It could have been a big deal if we did lose, yes.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'm glad it's over.
Boom. So looking at my take. So, I looked at for people who know football, the post and the skinny post, this is Arkansas's bread and butter through 2 weeks. This is the same play that Sharp caught the touchdown, wide open towards the red zone. I think they was like a 40-yard pass. It's the same play that we seen last week that I broke down on film, and Taylon Green stuttered because he waited on the defender to clear or to get out the way in order to make the throw. The same way he made that interception, it happened again. The same thing I broke down last week, it happened again. And this time he tried not to be scary, and he threw it. And because it wasn't as accurate, it didn't have a zip on it like KJ Jackson had, as Miss Teresa pointed out, had some air up under it like Adam talked about, is the reason why I got intercepted. A lot of times it's still looking like Taylon Green is doing this whole I already know who I'm throwing to before I throw it situation. And that bothers me going into SEC play. You're going to play against better defenders. The other side of it was Hart spoke on maybe the receiver supposed to come back to the play. Once again, they didn't have the time because they weren't able to record it. But that particular second interception you speaking on, it was a situation where even if you throw that ball to the outside between the numbers and the sideline, as opposed to the inside where your defender was on his back left hip. So if he didn't catch it, nobody should have caught it. But that's a mistake, and once again, that's something he has to learn from. Ojinga Carr, shout out to my guy. All we needed in Little Rock was Jennings Osborne. Yeah, handing out free barbecue. Yeah. That was 2005, no doubt. Damn, that was a good old time. I remember that. Razorback Raffle Day. The tremendous marketing by Hunter Yurchek and the foundation resulted in a total jackpot of about $70K and a payout of $35K, less than half of any of the last 3 previous raffles.
You know who did win? Rodney from Pine Bluff didn't win because we ain't heard about it yet.
There you go. So at some point they come over. Who even won the raffle? Not Rodney from Pine Bluff. That's what
we're not going to find out.
Yeah, we're not.
Conspiracy theories.
Gotcha. But to finish out my thoughts on the game, when Taylor Green decides to break the pocket and he does that little run like a deer thing, it's giving Matt Jones vibes. I like it. I want him to keep protecting himself and getting down with the slide or getting out of bounds because we need him for the whole season. The other side of it is it was good to see Russell be able to do his thing on the goal line, steamroll the dude at the goal line and get into the end zone, as well as see Washington catch it on the sideline and then run up and do his thing. Julian Neal, sir, number 23 on defense. I know your first and last name now. Yeah, 2 weeks you've been making plays, sir, not just one. The boy almost got an interception. Everywhere the ball is in his vicinity, he's there. Whether the receiver catches in front of it, he makes a sure tackle, stop the first down. Whether he knocks the ball out, Julian Neal, you got to start watching number 23, and it's going to be great to watch him against Ole Miss. I really feel like in 2 weeks, this dude has the type of skill set that can get him to the next level. So keep your eye on 23 to see if he can get to the next level, if he can continue his play weekly. What's his name? Singletary?
Jaheim.
From Georgia. Number 15. He ain't shit. He ain't got it. It's a reason why he didn't play at Georgia and why he got looked over. He still looked lost for some particular reason. I like.
You know what his favorite song is?
What's that?
"Georgia on My Mind" by Ray Charles. Because he's blind.
This type of stuff Adam does when he gets bored. You cannot. I don't mind. As a devil's workshop is what my folks used to say. But Philip Lee.
Kanai Walker's look good.
Who?
Kanai Walker, the other corner.
He did. Neal making such a difference. Yeah, his government game is getting out of there. Yeah. His government name is getting out there. Yeah, for sure. Singletary's lack of confidence is sad to watch with that type of athleticism. Correct. He has all the skill set. It's a reason why he got recruited by Georgia, but for some reason he can't put it together in a game to make the plays that we feel like he should be able to do. Let me see who else. Philip Lee, I have no idea who you are and where you came from, sir. Troy? That's the guy that came from Troy. He came in late, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Troy used to put some players in the league, though, especially pass rushers, defensive linemen. So, yeah, that may be a good look thus far. Like I said, he showed up yesterday, so it was good to see him. It was great to see the tight ends get involved this week. All three of them. All three of the tight ends get involved. That was great to see. I was glad to see KJ in the game for a second week in a row. I think he definitely needs those reps. So that was good to see. Other than that, man, I feel like going into next week, it'll be very interesting to see what Arkansas we see. It'll be interesting to see how vanilla of an offense we've been playing for 2 weeks and hiding information to see what we pull out against Ole Miss. As you stated earlier, Adam, speaking on these guys who are previous Razorbacks having intel on Taylor Green and Bob Petrino and how they may work, it'll be interesting to see if we see some new wrinkles in the offense in week 3 that we didn't see in week 1 and week 2. The defense isn't perfect, but they play much faster this week. Yeah. Mr. Well, go ahead. Give Mr. Reese a minute. Give me the comment. I'm sorry. That Mississippi State game not looking like the easy win. Everyone chalked up. Yeah, Bo Edgebilly looking a little tougher. Absolutely, Chris. Honestly, our secondary scares me, and we have issues stopping the run. Yeah. The defensive line did what they're supposed to do against Arkansas State offensive line. Raylan, whatever his name was, the quarterback from Arkansas State.
Joyner.
Who?
Joyner. Jalen Rayner.
Jalen Rayner, the quarterback.
Right. Yeah, he took a nice old ice bath after that game because he got whooped.
Joyner Lucas.
That's why I figured you was getting whooped. But yeah, he was getting whooped. Transplant Texan. We did not get a target. Courtney's goose egg on the stat line. Crutchfield pocket watching continue. Damn.
I've been told.
Yeah.
I've been told that Courtney has, there was questions and we've talked about the mental approach that he had in practice and everything early on. I was told that has completely changed in the last month. There was a conversation had with him by somebody. I'm not going to name who. And he really took it to heart and he has had his head down and is working. And I was told maybe towards the end of the year, we could see him stepping up and making some big plays.
And I honestly, and not knowing all the intel behind that, but you got to think whoever you thought you were coming out of Pine Bluff High and then going to Missouri and then hitting the port and coming to Arkansas, and look at these guys who came in and you say, I know I'm better than him, and him. But him is making plays in 2 weeks in both games. And all of a sudden you look like I'm still not in a rotation. I'm still not getting my opportunity to make plays. So maybe he sees an opportunity to do his thing. Is Crutchfield getting the playbook finally?
Basically, Crutchfield was told there's a lot of people like you that can do the same thing you can do, and the coach is going to pick the one with the better approach. You know, the more positive player. If you're going to be a head case, then they're going to just dismiss you.
Yeah, kind of like we did George Pickens and sent his ass to Dallas. Mr. Richard said, I will be in Mexico for the Ole Miss and Memphis games. You guys need to yell loud for me. Absolutely.
Will do.
Yeah, maybe we can see we can get on the cruise boat with Mr. Reese because she be really traveling like that. Do y'all do cruises? Y'all been on a cruise? No? You don't, Adam? Okay.
Never been.
The slow blink, yeah, it's enough. You got to go on a cruise, dude. The cruise is the best type of vacation because everything is in one, and you just pay and you just go. I said forget about it, cuz.
So forget about it, cuz.
Gotcha. The soundbite. Let me get these some comments real quick, and then we will pay some bills, and then we'll get into some hog news in some minute. All right. So let me get this towards the end of the year. Yeah, Miss Fields talking about Crutchfield, but hopefully at some point.
And maybe in the next 9 games.
Yeah, at some point.
Christmas time.
There you go. Talking about the service. Don't sell service. It's being technical difficulties. We would, any different than the last hot game. What more? So, are we for sure this is the very last game?
So it's the end of the contract. That doesn't mean something won't happen. I think the way it's standing right now is the state wants the university to sign a contract. The university says we want y'all to put up money first and make these renovations before we sign a contract.
Right.
And the state's saying, no, you sign the contract, then we'll do it. And so it's a pissing contest.
Gotcha.
Here's the thing, too. I mean, you had all the comments and especially mainly other groups that shall remain nameless. You know who they are. Going back and forth about, what it means to the state. And that's where we first played football. And it's this and it's that and the uppity people in Fayetteville and this, that, and the other. Here's the thing. I get it. The University of Arkansas represents the entire state. Mm-hmm. It's not our fault that the university is in Fayetteville. Not our fault. That is where the university is. It's not our fault that Arkansas State isn't better to have other fans go for it. It's not our fault there's not another big university. It's not our fault there's not a professional team.
Gotcha.
So it's just one of those things that Tough Titty said the kitty.
I will say this time going into the stadium, they had no metal detectors, unlike the last 2 years, and they didn't check any bags. They just straight up scanned your ticket and get on in.
I thought, wasn't it 2 years ago, maybe? I thought one of the last few years that you went, they didn't scan any tickets whatsoever.
That was 2 years ago, UAPB.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I went to UAPB game and had no idea who the hell Matt Hart was. And the concession stand had a piece of cardboard with hot dog, $2.50. And I was like, what the fuck is this? How is this even allowed? Like, this is the disgrace. It's shameful. UCA
it was different this time.
Gotcha. Just enough. No, UCA versus UAPB, that may be a good game. No doubt about it. And the band gonna be popping. Mr. Risa said we volunteer at the Buzz. So, Mr. Risa, since you VIP status, you let Mr. Basil know
who I am.
That's what I'm saying, Mr. Risa. He made a comment and said, "Does anybody know Adam Hall?" Made a comment. It's coming from Adam. Who is he?
It's funny that they, use a Hog News post from our group on their show, and then it's, who is this?
Interesting.
And what's also funny is Hog Talk is part of the Buzz. I'm not big time though. I don't get to design trophies.
Yeah, put that in your coffee and stir it. All right. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Hogs. Woo Pig Blitz, Hog Blitz. No doubt about it. Boo. what stood out to me was Pittman wearing all black. Arkansas State was doing a blackout.
It's slimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty. So why was he? It doesn't matter. Hey, somebody talking about transplant Texan, talking about you shitting on TG, man.
If he doesn't win the Heisman, y'all can blame me. Single-handedly, y'all can blame me if Taylon Green doesn't win the Heisman.
Gotcha.
The smear campaign is on.
Gotcha. Kiffin versus Pittman. Kiffin with the edge, regardless of personnel. Yeah. This is the rematch of Louis Vuitton Blue Light Special. Ain't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was
last year.
Yeah. So hopefully somebody go ahead. Hopefully somebody can bring that to his attention to maybe he can be like, you know what? I was trying to be extra nice and soft and we got whooped in the shows. Maybe he'll go ahead and let him drop this game and we'll see something different. I'm excited to see it. Baltimore 27, Buffalo 13.
Third quarter.
Just know Adam just did that shit while we was talking. That's why he was talking. All right. All right. Thank you. We see the game. Our special teams got burned in the kickoff return. Hopefully we can fix this situation. Okay. It's third quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Who was that, Kyle Hamilton?
You know, the $100 million man.
Yeah, he got a lot of money. All right, Neil making such a dip. Yeah. He did his thing on the defense, Mississippi State. I'm trying to make sure I catch these comments on your boy. Here go your boy. Look at your boy. It's extra, man. It's extra.
He's just
man.
letting you know.
Oh, okay. Keep me in the loop. Thank you.
You might have somebody on your fantasy team.
Oh, y'all. You know.
Hey,
what?
you know who's on my fantasy team? Who's on the bench?
Who?
Your running back.
As he should.
Hey, he got some points today, though.
He got some points, but I mean, I wasn't impressed with the running game as it should have been. Arkansas game, though. I meant to say this to you. Last week you said I wish that I was glad that they spread the ball around to receivers, but I would have wanted to see more in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
You got two running backs with 100 yards. That was a good thing. That was a great combination.
Well, quarterback and running back.
Yeah, kind of like the kicker I told you was a quarterback. That was his best. Yeah. Our pass rush is a lot better this week. Yeah, we need to continue to attack. As simple as that. Yeah, definitely continue to do that. Oh yeah, got that one. Yep. Gotcha. Transplant Texan said he was a Jag, just another guy. Yeah. Justin, Bobby's offense builds on week to week. Yeah, which is why I think this week will be different. We'll definitely see some different wrinkles in this particular game. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Billy with a comment. Mike Washington Jr. really showed up this week. Hopefully continues. I would like to see him get a lot more carries between the tackle. I like how he can dip his shoulder and dip outside. So it is what it is. Miss Teresa heard what we said. She said duly noted. Even the Salt Bowl, the Ben Bryant game has left what? Damn, for real?
Yeah.
They're just home and home now?
It was this year.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, we used to play Will Memorial for the playoffs. And, you know.
I mean, that's where I went and watched Matt Jones in Northside in the 1999 state championship.
Right. And we used to go play. Used to be Catholic's home field. We used to sign up.
It still is.
Yeah, Catholic and Parkview. You sign them up for homecoming to beat their ass every year. They was trash. Parkview is better now. So, Ojinga, do not get over here talking that trash. TG guy to correct those throws because the SEC DBs going to make us pay for it. And that's the thing. I'm glad you said that, Justin. You look at the two interceptions, and I know, Hart, you brought that up as well as being a concern. I understand that if you make those same mistakes versus an Ole Miss versus a Tennessee, the offense will make you pay for it. Those will be points on the board. That's the difference as opposed to what you did last week and yesterday. So that's Kevin. It's still Little Rock Parkview. Really? It's their home field? I forgot. Y'all practice field is, yeah.
Hey, you know who doesn't have a practice field?
Who? Moving on.
Your high school?
Yeah, it's full of shit. All right. Russell situation back. Running back one is earned, not given. Washington earning running back one. This is the thing. During the offseason, leading up to the season, talking about scrimmages, all they talked about was Mike Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Braylon Russell was starting to get carries. I don't understand it. I don't know if they're trying to throw us off. So I don't know. Will Green start to sneak up draft boards if he maintains this production? I think he can if he maintains this production.
Yep, he's up to 7th round.
Do you think KJ Jackson's our future QB? He sure look like
yes, he is.
Yeah, and the thing about that, to be honest with you, I thought about this as I watched him in the second half. If we keep the coaching staff together, if Petrino was still calling plays, I definitely think, oh, they scoring y'all. Huh? Thanks for the update. Yeah, but I think if Petrino was still calling plays, the relationship that him and Jackson has, I think that will work in our favor. But he definitely looks good, especially as a lefty with the zip he has on the ball, his decision making. Now we've seen the same thing last year in praise Singleton. Malachi Singleton. Yeah, but you know, the second string quarterback is always one of the hottest guys on campus until it's his time to actually sustain and run the offense consistently. So let's just kind of watch what we do on that. But at the same time, I do like what I've seen from him thus far. Shannon, maybe Eula can get a football team and use. That's the only thing that makes sense. Honestly, it's not gonna happen. But that's the only thing that makes sense. Do you guys think the deserves of the rep? Adam? Do you think Russell deserves a number 2 spot?
I mean, here's the thing is, so if he wasn't there, I mean, the other guys would be getting the same amount of carries as, I mean, it's one of those that right now it's the Taylor Green, Mike Washington show.
Gotcha.
So Braylon's going to be used goal line, and then he's your third down back, essentially. If he, it's not going to shock me if he goes to the portal, because look, last year, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in. I mean, he decommitted and recommitted twice, 2 times each. So I don't know, 21.
And then we had somebody related to him in our group too.
Oh, well, there's talking shit about. Yeah, it was crazy. Transplant Texan. Good to see KJ get a scoring drive with pass plays on his belt. Looks more comfortable than Singleton did. Yeah. It was the fact that he was able to see that open lane and just take off and just work his way to the end zone for a running touchdown.
Well, let's be fair. Singleton had 1 year with Bobby, and KJ and Taylor have had 2 now with Bobby. So,
just be glad we're not UF. Yeah, Billy getting fired after losing to Miami. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Ojinga had to let me know that's back to back state champion to you. Okay, shout out to Parkview. Shout out to my boy Swole. Jason. Yeah, Jason is the basketball coach over there. It's cool to see people that you went to school with now be the head coach at a school. Parkview been a great basketball school. So shout out to Jason, aka Swole, over there doing this thing at PV. Get some comments, then we're gonna get into it. Let me get the comments in a second. Go ahead and roll that clip because we gotta pay some bills real quick. We got Hog News coming up. Stay tuned. Like it. Go ahead. Do it.
Let's step out of the huddle for a second and talk about something just as important as Arkansas football, your home. Our teammates over at Premium Supply are the MVPs of home improvement. They've got all the tools you need to take your next project to the end zone. Siding, soffit, columns, windows, doors, vents, decking, the whole lineup. Whether you're building from the ground up or just doing some midfield maintenance, Premium Supply is your Heisman-winning quarterback. With locations in Conway, North Little Rock, Russellville, and Jonesboro, there's always a Premium Supply nearby, ready to take you to the championship. So if you're looking for professional products with all-star customer service, take a look at www.premiumsupplyllc.com.
Use promo code HOGHQ for a 5% discount on your next purchase.
Premium Supply, where we treat each of our customers like one of the family.
Shout out to Premium Supply. Don't forget that if you do any business with them, let them know you heard about them through Hog HQ through your purchase and make sure you get your discount. Also, in saying that, Our run with Premium is coming to a close soon. They did a year run with us as a partner on the sponsorship. If anyone else has a business, small business, large business, or know someone that has a business who wants to advertise their business here on Hog HQ, please make sure to hit one of us in the DMs. You can hit us on Facebook in the Hog HQ group. Just let them know that let us know that they are interested in doing a partnership with us and promoting their business on the podcast. We definitely appreciate them for tapping in. We definitely appreciate Premium Supply. Got 2 questions, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into this hog news in a second. Yep, they could be getting Hill and AJ. Yep, touches. Honestly, they could. They really could. Just switch it up, see what you can get from it. Real quick question. I like this one right here. Billy, AJ Green could be used as a 3rd down short yard back also. If he's healthy, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Rich, her husband played tight end at Parkview. That's what's up. Husband from the Rock. I know he was a real one. I just didn't know how real it was. Real quick question for you, Hart. How will Caleb Williams perform tomorrow against Minnesota's defense? Do you expect big things under Ben Johnson? Shout out to Nicholas, man. He with the shit. I like it. I like it.
He is trolling me.
I mean,
All
I've
right,
got
man.
Chicago winning tomorrow, so
I know you do. How are we doing on the pick? I'm sure you know your stats, sir.
I think Matt's doing better this week because of
Other
me
than
and
the
Porter.
Bills.
Well, yeah, right now the game's still on, but me and Porter picked Michigan and y'all picked OU.
Oh,
but otherwise, it's been a clean sweep so far. Not a clean sweep. We'll see what happens tonight and tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I want to be 1-3 this week. All
First
right.
time for everything.
My boy Ojinga said Bruz Barbecue is interested in being a sponsor. Boy, you hell. All right, we're going to get into it. Gonna roll this clip. Real
Hey,
quick. Intro
it's time for some hog news.
Cut you off.
Cut me off, but that's okay.
All right.
Premature.
All right, let's get into some hog news. Tonight, it's going to be basketball related. We'll start with some recruiting, some names to look for. Right now, the first one I'll start off with is Caleb Holt, who's a 5-star guard out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The second one I have is Brandon McCoy Jr. He's a guard. He's a number 2 overall player, and he visited this week. Let's see. The third person I have is Abdou Toure. He's a He's the number 31 overall player. He's a 4-star guard. He'll be visiting this coming weekend. And then I have Baba Oladatun. That's Babaoladotun, in case you're wondering. He was the number 1 overall player in 2027. He's a 6'10" forward. He has reclassified to 2026. Now, these 2 guys, the last 2 guys that I have are there's close to maybe getting some commitments or something. This one is Jordan Smith Jr. He's the number 1 point guard in the class. He's possibly visiting in late October. I'm told it's between us and Kentucky with him right now. And then the last person I have is Arafan Diane, Arafan, last name spelled like Diane or Diane, Diane. He's a 7-foot center. He's the number 1 center in the class. And I'm told he is a possible lock to commit. So keep an eye on him, all of them, but especially Jordan Smith Jr. and Arafan Diane. That's what I have for recruiting. Now, as far as basketball is told, we could have basically our lineup could be DJ Wagner as a point guard. The 2 is where it could be a little iffy. It could be Billy Richmond or Malik Thomas. Malik has really been doing well. The 3 is going to be Carter Knox. From what I was told, basically, Billy Richmond has made the biggest step and improvement out of anybody on the team, and that he is going to be kind of this year's version of last year's Carter Knox. And Carter Knox this year will be a version of last year's Adu Thero. Billy's really filled out. That's right. Billy, stop it. The 4 I have is, of course, Brazil. Nick Pringle will back him up. And then the 5 will be Malik Ewan, and Pringle will also back up some if we run small ball. He'll be the backup center. We'll see Paulo Samito some possibly. I was told that the foreign guys, Elmir Zafic and Kareem Rattel, are more projects, so I wouldn't really expect to see them too much this year. And the way it's sounding, Acuff is going to come off the bench, and possibly they may save Billy to run the second team with Acuff to alleviate, because they're expecting big things from Billy this year.
What about the freshman point guard?
That's Acuff.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're going to have Acuff and Malik Thomas kind of earning their roles into the rotation like we saw Carter Knox do last season.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially kind of what's going on. But Malik Thomas and Acuff are ahead of that because they live in the gym, where that was an issue with Knox last season until he got kicked in the pants.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Isaiah Sealy has looked good. I was told to expect playing time from him.
Gotcha. Schedule release for basketball. When can we expect that? Possibly.
I mean, we're starting to see the non-con's basically done. So we've already had our the conference schedule release.
I think
the non-con, they're wrapping up everything. Mm-hmm. They've announced a lot of the games. I think it's just a matter of who, what, when, where, why.
Mm-hmm. Because we're playing the Elite, all the teams in the Elite 8.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
A lot of the Elite 8 teams are doing that same thing.
Which
like they're scheduling each other versus BS.
Because that only ups your what is the matrix that is called?
Ken Palm.
Yeah.
All that stuff. The net rankings.
There you go. That stuff matters to some people. We're looking at wins and losses, but when you play quality opponents, you play in the SEC. It's the whole SEC conference play. Did you just
pop my neck? Yeah.
Disgusting. I hope we start wagging
my elbow. Here's my other elbow.
You out of control. With that being said, thank you for the Hog News in regards to basketball. Y'all make sure y'all lock in the Hog HQ Live, because anytime we got the Hog News, we're putting you on game before it even drop on the major platforms. But as I like to say, this is a major platform. Like, you look at a shirt and say, like the shirt, whatever shirt you got on, that is designer. That is Gucci. That is Louis. It is what it is. So we are those guys, and we continue to do what we do, and we thank you guys for supporting us. Am I missing anything before we get out of here, guys?
No, it's late.
Gotcha. It's late. It's not too late to keep that damn score going on your little funky game. I do want to, before we get out of here, let me give a shout out. Billy Story, Ricky Adcock. Yeah, I'm just looking at the names. Steve, Patricia Douglas, Kenneth Williams, Brandon, Harold, and some other folks that don't pop on the screen. Thank you guys for hitting the like button, hitting the heart button. Definitely helps when it comes to the algorithm and everybody else seeing this thing. Shout out to my guy Nicholas. One last comment before we get out of here. Yeah, go Steelers. Here we go, Steelers.
Who ended y'all season last year?
This is the thing we're talking about.
Did you freeze?
We're talking about right now. And right now, we're 1-0. So hopefully you guys can continue to hold on. What's the score?
27. I just put it up on the screen.
I don't give a shit about the Ravens. All we doing is talking about
we live rent-free in your head.
You don't.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the guys, man. Yeah. Shout out to the guys. It is what it is. Look, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys for supporting us. Remember, if you have anyone who has a business, small or large, and want to run the ad for their business to promote their business or drive traffic to their website, let us know. We will definitely be interested in talking to them about doing what we do. Hey, real quick, Justin got a great comment.
Imagine.
There you go. Screenshot it. Take a picture. It lasts longer. T Republic. That's where you go and get the shirts. Like I said, there's plenty of shirts up there. It's always deals going on about the shirts. Shout out to my guy with the great graphics, making up these different things. Except for that time Hunter Check got on his ass for using the word Arkansas. And
yeah, but you know what then I did? Because I got a thing for using their intellectual property. I made a shirt that says intellectual property. So get your intellectual property t-shirt.
Gotcha. Once again, the website is T Republic.
TeePublic.
Yeah, TeePublic. TeePublic.com/user/Hog Talk. It is what it is. We appreciate you guys tapping in with us. It's been another great episode. We'll catch you in the next one. Y'all be blessed. Have a great week.
Peace.